My parents had one of those manual push mower things when we were.
Kids, I applaud your brilliance and envy your childhood. But on your side benefit how you cut grass, the healthier it will remain in the long run. My mom still owns one of these and insists that the lawn must be mowed with.
But she also once made me cut weeds with a pair of scissors because
charging a weed whacker would take too long.
If these weeds grow another millimeter, the world is doomed.
Sounds like you were just good at business. If I found out my
child was doing this to me, I'd be damn proud.
And a healthy lawn will grow faster also, I assume.
Lawn, you were a massive cunt.
you remove all the visible fertilizer if not liquid, and then flush the grass with water to remove
the excess minerals from the roots.
You missed a spot, huh? Made the whole fucking yard slap.
But there's no revenge. He was an asshole unprovoked. He was probably banging the kid's mom while he was out.
Then learned the dad knew.
Nothing personal, kid, that's just capitalism.
Pop was mowing his own lawn for extra spending money. Wrong to do too.
Stranger's hilarious to pull on your own dad.
The weeks are progressing as we speak. We are out of ammo and artillery support will
take too long. Soldier S, fix your bayonets, we must charge now. Brass technician here, you need to let it grow, then harvest every 6 to 7 months. I tried the same thing. My dad instantly noticed that I hadn't T-mowed.
The lawn properly slapped me upside the head and made me mow it again. This guy landscapes.
Probably still is.
How is your career on Wall Street going?
Lawn care technician. If your lawn is healthy, you should be 1 to 4 inches approximately every week.
Only to keep him busy, dad knew.
The green one. It was a joke, but now I am wondering what you think I meant.
Why would you cut weeds, rather than pull them out with the roots?
PFF to you, what evidence do you have to back that up? How did you fix it then? That's not like you can dig out
that patch of grass without a complaint.
I know, right? Super proud I created a genius.
Mommy, didn't you give me enough time so, to save the world I had to? Run with the scissors you gave me, and now you're really
bleeding to death, son. What would you stab?
and a potential sociopath.
He burned my village's crops and salted our land last weekend, actually.
If I had a kid, and he started doing that, I would be absurdly proud. The kind of devious mind that dreams up a scam like that is the kind that ends up working as a CEO later in life.
Pretty sure scamming people, especially your own family, doesn't make you a great CEO.
Well, if whacking them is out of the equation, I don't see any other options.
You could make the area not practical, but it is another option. Revenge for being called on his BS. In reality, truly petty revenge.
What kind of grass?
And he should be able to see the BS cutting the
Grass at a different height.
Continue drugs when you're mowing along.
I actually just saw a teenager the other day mowing his weed-filled lawn
with one of those. Haha, poor kid.
That's part of the geniusness.
How does a professional glass farmer learn so much about grass?
No, sorry, I was at a melting point after seeing the 17-year-olds at or
Talk about a system they know nothing about, then I took it out on your silly post. I apologize for being a dick.
I keep my eyes closed when I go outside for fear of being tainted.
Your dad paid you to mow your own lawn.
Nowadays, not giving those 3 meals and a roof over a child's head is called what it is, child abuse.
maybe he was just a miserable drunk that resented his children for stealing his youth. Teleports behind you. Size is the means of production, not in personnel, kid.
Pulling them up is the only long-term solution, or they just grow back.
By having dyslexia. I was not being serious.
Man, fuck you.
At least you didn't have to whip your slaves to motivate them to work harder.
Yes, but the thing about using a push mower is
But you are not going to want to cut any more grass then.
You have to, even if you were paid for it.
can do drugs with 3 times a week lawn mowing money.
Doesn't he sound like a very honest business to me? You can get scammed if you actually bothered to.
Jack, how short the grass is after being cut.
My dad used to make us use that one. When the automatic lawnmower broke, all I remember was waking up with my whole body sore and hurting.
Dad gets his kid to spend 2 or 3 times as long at home out of trouble getting fresh air and exercise, and Dad gets
His lawn tended to for probably 10 of what the going. Labor radius.
If charging the weed whacker takes too long, then buying it costs too much.
Yeah, for real, the kid thinks he has got his dad figured out. But his revenge is getting more work done.
getting him outside and doing something and keeping the yard looking beautiful.
Classic response from someone with no real-world experience.
Because it is such a stretch of the imagination for some dumb teenager to try and do something like that.
Oh yeah, he knew he just wanted his kid to work harder. I'll be in 15 years.
Do people do that?
Funny enough, I bought a real mower last month because I was tired of the normal mower stalling out on me, and such haven't had a problem since.
These kids, I still had to use manual garden scissors back then.
Thank you for making me laugh.
What we think we get away with when we're kids.
You sound like an absolute asshole, and I would hate to meet you in real life.
I honestly just on tea for a moment believe a teenager snuck out 3
nights in a row to drag fertilizer around the risk of getting caught is just stupid. I don't buy it.
What is with the punctuation, buddy?
Am I the only one? Probably not.
Username checks right on out.
Capitalism at its finest.
Personnel.
Didn't you hear about the exclamation point sale?
He is a man of many talents.
We had a large yard with a chain link fence around it.
I had to trim the grass along the fence with scissors every week when I was a kid. It was terrible.
And we had to mow uphill both ways. Most push mowers I've seen have a height adjustment on the wheels. HTTPS or YouTube.
Nothing to do with age, grew up broke as fuck, and got no cash for it.
Either let us not pretend that paying your kid for
Work is a bad thing, it is strictly better. And nothing personal, kid.
So if I wanted to impede my lawn, I should cut short and
Pick up clippings.
you've got to be kidding me.
They're actually really nice to mow. They're better for the grass too,
Since they actually slice it instead of just whacking off the top.
is quarter grass.
If you're successful at it, then it does. Most of corporate culture is one giant scam nowadays.
Actually, the higher you cut grass, the better it is. Most people cut grass way too short, and your grass isn't healthy. The grass can die easier, so it's really not a bad idea.
For my yard it is not really weeds, more so grass that is along
The edge of flower beds that the mower can reach.
It is a buffalo or rye blend.
I accidentally achieved this after seeding and fertilizing my yard. We just moved in last fall and the grass was dead. Now it's a giant pillow. And I am literally mowing every week. Send help.
When I was 16 I had to mow the lawn and not
get paid for it.
Weird how many people moved their parents' lawn for extra cash. My parents would have gotten pretty angry if I
expected something in return for such a basic chore.
They work really well, if you keep the blades sharp.
That's the key to the push mower.
Your soil probably has great composition and pH then already. The last owners probably didn't take care of it.
I don't do shit like that anymore. I did fuck a bunch of wanted cucko. So it was over when I was 19. This was a few years before I decided to stop
being a professional shithead.
and finds a way to give his kid money without literally just giving it to him. Bunch wins in this scenario.
Yeah, I bet these people congratulating him also complain about mechanics ripping them off.
Pretty sure it does. Well, there's always salt.
4 hours with a normal one for me, man. I love mowing grass all hail winter.
These can be easy, or a nightmare. My grass wouldn't cut with a reel.
It had to be bone dry and still required at least 2 passes. Other
types of grass are better.
Am I the only one here who doesn't hate exercise? More time mowing, less time working out, better tan too.
Win-win.
Yeah, I did a variation on this. I basically created more work for myself.
Simply because I was mad that someone saw through my bullshit.
I am not saying Op did it, I am just saying.
your logic is dumb as fuck. I don't know, and
I don't care if Op did it.
Would I guess people who are annoyed by bullshitters.
Capitalism. Sorry, I am not one for political jokes, but if that
Didn't he sum up the best and worst of a capitalist system? I
Uphold your ingenuity and evenness. I have a riding mower and it takes me 2 hours to mow my
lawn. I don't want to think about how many days it would
take with a normal mower.
I bought one because my yard was part dust bowl in the summer and
using the gas mower had me blowing dirt out of my nose for days. It was
a big improvement.
With that kind of informality, I would love to watch your peer review process.
Doesn't it depend on the grass type? Sounds completely reasonable. That was autocorrect. I got banned for saying we shouldn't TP. Beating people up for having dissenting opinions got banned for liberalism.
Hey, you're the one that thought I was backing up me need to
work on your reading comprehension.
Sure, just oversaturating the shit out of the part of their lawn that got the most
afternoon sun while carefully feathering the edges.
no, but I heard about the apps period sale.
This sounds like something a free market guy would say.
Yeah, but Reddit told me CEOs are bad. Genius, if you told your dad, he would be proud of your entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I tried it, except after I was done they made me do it again. Just with lowered blades.
Jokes on you. Multiple light trims is better for the lawn than one big cut.
I would charge $10 and pay my little brother $5 to do it.
My brother did the opposite, lowering the blades, so he wouldn't have to mow as often. He killed the lawn that year. That's because what you were doing is really good and healthy for lawns, like the best thing for it.
I got $5 as your dad knew, he just didn't care.
Or maybe you just played along.
And now I just realized why my yard is already a mess after
having it mowed last week. Thanks.
I love my real mower too. I have a small yard though. I
Like to think I have one of the nicer yards on my block that isn't professionally maintained.
This is the weed whacker I had one hot summer day when I was being.
Punish that sec V equals 6GQ1's nigh. I like exercising, but I never want to use a dull push mower.
Again ever in my life.
Quite frankly, I don't appreciate your tone. I am an amazing scientist. Thank you very much. By control, do you mean fixed variables like soil nutrients or fertilization?
and velociraptors hiding it.
I don't have patience for those kinds of people, to be honest. I'm working on my
Postgrad in an engineering field though, so that's nice.
Totally agree. He claims he isn't like that anymore. I doubt it.
Teenagers are much more reckless and stupid than you think.
He says that he dumped fertilizer in the one part of the lawn that
got the most sun, and not the whole lawn. He said it was just a part of the lawn, not that in trying to defend the
I sense it was pretty shitty, but if you were gonna get in
arguments, get the correct points.
Yeah, you read it correctly. That other guy has poor reading comprehension.
Yeah, but he really cares.